Here we are, back in the kitchen. It's Sunday, we're cooking, we're making brownie. This thing, delicious, decadent, rich, packed full of chocolate, not for the faint-hearted, and is just super, super soft. It's rich, and it is just like, it's just a next level brownie. This thing, not for the faint-hearted, you know, it is like a big old chunky bite. You sit it in the fridge overnight, you eat it 4 hours after it's come out the oven, however you do it. It's amazing. I love this thing. I used to make it a lot when I, used to cook for families in private homes, and yeah, it's just an absolute win. It's, not the cheapest of brownies to make. This isn't just, like I said, your bog standard. This is, special. So you should give it a go. Let's get onto them ingredients and see what you need to do. Okay, this brownie, no ordinary brownie. It's like decadent, it's packed full of chocolate. It's got raspberries in it, it's got nuts in it. I mean, all interchangeable, however you like. I mean, I'm putting raspberries in it. You could put banana in it. You could put peaches in it. You could put, whatever you want in it. You can put whatever you want in it. And then nuts, I just so happen to have some peanuts. Again, not necessary. They don't have to go in there. You could put walnuts in, you could put pecans in, you could put macadamia nuts in. Whatever you want to put in, you put in. We have to do a few little different things. So it's a little bit different from how you would make it usually. It's got very little flour in it, which I haven't got weighed out. It's very minimal flour. It's all about the eggs. That's how it rises. That's how it stays so ooey, gooey, delicious. So first thing you want to do, you get your butter and your chocolate. All the ingredients and the measurements are on my website. Head over there so you can get them all. But we've got 200 grams of chocolate, 200 grams of butter. This going on the stove. Over here, gas goes on, water's boiling. That sits on there to melt. He's done. While that is melting, we're gonna make the kind of, it's almost like a chocolate fondant. So we are gonna beat the hell out of the eggs and the sugar, and we're gonna end up, and it's gonna like double in size. It's gonna be incredible. So we've got 250 grams of sugar, that can go in. And then we have 4 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. So 4 whole eggs. And these whites, keep them for another time. I'm sure that they always say that on cooking programs, have done since the start of time, but you might find a use for them. Me, personally, I just add them into maybe some scrambled egg or something, because I can't be bothered to put them in the freezer. They can just go over there. And then this is our sugar and our eggs, and we're just gonna, use the hand blender, or if you've got a KitchenAid, or if you're going to do it by hand, it just takes a long time, but we're just going to whisk it until it's, quadrupled in volume. By that time, the butter and the chocolate should have all melted and come together, and then we can just make it. Should have said at the very beginning, you need to turn your oven on to 180. So we get that nice and warm, ready to go for when this is made, because once this is done and we mix it all together, that's it. So, as you can see here, it's kind of doubled inside. We're getting this small amount of what they call, it's like ribbons, but it's not quite sitting on the top yet, so we'll whisk this for a little bit longer. Now, as we can see here, much thicker than last time. It's holding them ribbons a bit better. But what we'll do, just before we add in the chocolate, is we'll just give it another quick whisk up to make sure that it's all good and fluffy. So this is the chocolate, it's all melted and the butter has dissolved and everything is ready to go. So I'm just going to give this another quick little beat because it may have lost a little bit of air while we're just waiting for that last bit. And And so they're ready, and then all we have to do is mix all of these things in together. So I'm going to add in the chocolate and the flour, and then we just want to gently mix this all together because we've just got all of that lovely air inside the eggs, so we don't want to knock it all out, but we just want to make sure it's all incorporated. As you can see, it's changing colour. And then we'll also add in the rest of the chocolate, the white chocolate, the toasted peanuts. Maybe I'm not going to add all of it. I had 100 grams here, but maybe I've gone for like 60. And then some of the raspberries, but I'll also keep a few to pop on top. And then that, oh my God, is it? This thing is just so chock-a-block full of good stuff and so decadent. And then I've just got a nice big baking tray here. Line, doesn't need to be perfect, just like that. And then in goes the mixture. And that's the mixture in, and what I just like to do is just make sure that all them bits are evenly spread out in there, which they are. Pop the last few raspberries on top. Oh yeah, yum. Who doesn't love raspberry and chocolate? In it goes. For 25 to 35 minutes, again, depending on your oven, at 180. And what we want is that little jiggle. You can't put a skewer in this to test it because it is quite a wet, it comes out quite soft. So, you know, you just kind of have to go with your intuition a little bit. But I'll show you as I pull it out what it looks like. And then you just have to let it cool and rest and be cold. And then you take it out and you cut it up and you serve it and you eat it. So, we'll see this in a bit. I'll show you it when it comes out the oven. And yeah, once it's had 2 hours or so cooling, we can eat it. Anyway, see you in a bit. Now I've just had a good look at this brownie. As you can see, it's got a little bit of wobble left underneath, but only a tiny bit. I'm going to give it another 3 or 4 minutes, I reckon, cooking. It started, I don't know whether I can catch it on the camera, but here, you know, it started to kind of crisp and it is starting to cook more at the edges. So yeah, we're going to give it another 5 minutes in the oven, and then that's just going to come out and cool, and we will leave it for 2 hours to get nice and sort of hard, I suppose, or, you know, at least not be so hot when we cut into it. So this is what your brownie will then look like once it has set. As you can see, it is quite a soft brownie mix, but like I said, it's something special and it's just super decadent. So let's cut into this guy and have a little look. And that there is it. It's got a little bit of a softer interior, but we've also got these harder edges. I mean, if you wanted it a bit harder than this and you didn't want that kind of gooiness, you could always cook it for a bit longer. But this is also great to put in the fridge. You know, you can sit it in the fridge after and then it all sets up. I mean, realistically, I probably should have waited a bit longer to cut into it, but we all know Dell. She loves to get stuck into things. You know, it could have had probably another hour or so cooling, but you've got loads of stuff in there and it's all crunchy and it's all delicious, and well, we all know what we need to do next. Let's just give it a taste. Oh my God. Just like so chocolatey and so rich and just, oh my God. I mean, it's just great. Them little bits of raspberry, just picking into it a bit more. The little bits of raspberry give that fruity acidity to cut through the rich chocolate. The peanuts are just, oh my God, the peanuts are just yum. and then little extra chunks of chocolate are just every chocolate lover's dream. That's me, chocolate lover. Anyone that you feed this chocolate brownie to will just be blown away. It's so yum. And what's really nice is it's super light because it doesn't have a lot of flour in it. It's just delicious. I'm maybe gonna go make a cup of tea and eat a little bit more of this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.